Welcome to this PortableUTM version 2 demonstration. Let's begin with a brief description of the key concepts of the system. One of the key concepts of PortableUTM is the concept of operation. Every time a pilot wants to fly, he has to create an operation. An operation basically consists on a geographical area, a starting time, and an ending time. It also includes information about the drone that will be used and pilot's contact information. If the operation does not interfere with other operations in place and time, or with a restricted flight volume, then the pilot will be able to fly, as the operation will be automatically approved. If the operation cannot be automatically approved, approval will remain pending. We will now see how this works from the pilot's perspective on the system. Pilots are recreative or commercial operators that wish to fly in the airspace managed by PortableUTM. In order to do that, they have to upload their flight plans and wait for an authorization. Monitors can access all the information in the system, but cannot modify any of it. This profile is especially useful for other authorities that need to have information about the airspace, such as police departments or fire departments. Administrators have complete authority over the system and can create operations on behalf of the pilot. They can also approve or reject existing operations and get full reports on active or historic operations, as well as creating temporary or permanent restricted flight volumes. This is what PortableUTM system looks like, and as it was mentioned before, we are logged in as a pilot. The first thing a pilot should do is register his own vehicle. Each authority has different requirements on what information is needed to register a vehicle. In this case, we can see what is the information required by the Uruguayan Civil Aviation Authority. As an example, we will now complete this form and finish the register of the vehicle. As we can see, the vehicle is now pending authorization. By clicking on the real-time map, we can see all operations at a glance. At the moment, there are non-active operations. The pilot can also see all the airspace zones where he cannot fly, and by clicking on it, he can see details about this zone. Restricted flight volumes are 3D zones, which means they have a maximum altitude and a minimum altitude. Let's create an operation. Imagine this pilot was hired to take pictures of an event on the peninsula. By clicking on the map, he can define the polygon where he will be flying. On the left, the pilot will choose the vehicle that he will be using for the operation, as well as completing the form with flight information and contact information. As we click on the Create Operation button, the operation will be successfully created and will remain proposed in the system. After the operation is accepted, the color on the map will change, meaning the operation will be activated at the starting time of the event. Pilots also have the possibility of creating operations from their phones. Let's continue exploring the system from the perspective of an administrator. We are now logged in as administrators of the system. By going to the panel on the left, we can click on Operations to have more details. We can use the filter to choose what kind of operations we want to display. As we can see, there's only one activated operation. By clicking on the eye, we can go to the real-time map to see the operation and its details. If we are looking for pending operations, we can do the same. In this case, the operation was not activated because it collides with a restricted flight volume. We can then click on Closed Operations to see all historic operations. As an administrator, we can click on the little pencil to go to the details of the operation. We can select the state which is activated and change it. In this case, let's move it to Closed. Now the operation is closed. We can check that on the real-time map. As from now, the pilot does not have authorization to fly. Let's move on to the users. By clicking on the information sign, we can access the information of any user, even if they are administrators. Here we can see basic details, but also legal information or contact information, which a civil aviation authority might need to use. Administrators have the possibility of removing authorization from a pilot. This could be, for example, for an expired license. Now we can authorize the pilot again. Let's move on to the vehicles. If a pilot registers a vehicle, it has to be authorized by an administrator. This feature gives the possibility to the authorities to check the information provided by the pilot is correct before the authorization is issued. Another feature of the system is the creation of UAS volume reservation. As we can see, we have an active operation which appears in green. Let's create an UVR. In this case, we'll imagine an helicopter is trying to get to this hospital. In this case, we'll imagine there's an helicopter that is coming to the hospital, and we do not want any UAS flying near this helicopter. By clicking on the map, we can define the polygon where we do not want any UAS flights. Once the UVR is created, all operations that collide with this polygon will be automatically closed. Pilots will also receive a notification explaining why they do not have authorization anymore. This is what the platform looks like when we have 3 drones flying in real time. For each drone, we can see its position in real time, but also its trajectory during the operation. This is considered to be a very strong feature of PortableUTM, letting the authority know where the drone was at any given time. These have been some of the key features of PortableUTM. Thank you for watching.